Alright everybody, this is Mike Mulligan. I'm Beeline on the Dixon forums. Just want to check in and let you all know, a couple of weeks ago I was talking about building a new PC. We were talking about specifically for handling larger RAW files, the new full-frame digital SLRs, and I suggested building a Mac but not buying it. And I dropped a couple of names. I dropped the name EFiX, EFiX. And what it is it actually allows you to build out a PC that will run Macintosh or Apple OS X. Alright, you can purchase this online. If you want to go to their website, it's efi-x.com. They don't currently sell it in the United States officially, but you can purchase it. I purchased mine through Muller Services. It's m2-services.net. It's the official Swedish distributor of the EFI-X. On their website they have a listed wait time of 3 weeks for in stock. I live in the United States, international shipping, so they say add another 2 weeks to that. So they were saying I would get mine in 5 weeks. I actually purchased mine on the 24th of September. I received it just yesterday. It's been 2 weeks. Now it comes, as I said, it comes in, when I received it, it came in just some bubble wrap packaging. You can see it wasn't that good of packaging. It actually got squished a little bit in the mail. And it also comes with a hard plastic coating on the outside. I was excited, decided to try to bite through it, cut my lip. Should probably use scissors. It's a very professional looking case here. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a brushed aluminum outer, and it's got EFiX reliefed on the top of it. It's very nice. When you open it up, it actually has a pair of neodymium magnets in it that actually holds it closed. When you open it up, you have your EFiX in there. You pull this little tab, and you can see how it's a very nice shape. It's not that bad. It's going to remain inside of your computer for the life of the computer as long as you're using it. So I don't know why it looks so great. I mean, it does. It looks great. You can see here it's black. It's got in silver EFiX on it. And on the back of it, it has, I think it's laser etched on the back of it. You can see it has a 10-1 pin configuration. That's a motherboard pin configuration for USB. So you get this, and if you have a computer like mine, your USB ports are actually at the bottom of the case. So this wouldn't be able to plug into it without bumping up against the bottom of the case, and it wouldn't fit. So you, on the bottom of the packaging, you actually open it up, and it has a 10. There we go. It has a 10-1 USB extension cable. One end with the pins plugs into your EFiX, and the other end, of course, plugs into your motherboard. So you can place this really anywhere you want. Mine's going to be placed, probably taped for security down to the bottom of the case, just so it doesn't flop around. But this allows you to have a little bit of freedom, so you can get it out of the way of, again, all of these wires. Unfortunately, when you build a PC, unlike when Macs are built, they don't look as nice on the inside. Macs, Apple Pros look awesome on the inside. This, as you can see, has wires everywhere, so this will allow me to put it wherever I want, so it has a good fit. So I'm booting the machine up right now. Now it's very important that you select all of your hardware when you're building the machine out. Make sure that it's all on the hardware compatibility list on the EFI-X.com website. If it's not compatible with the EFiX, then it's not going to be compatible with OS X. It's not so much compatible with the bootloader, with the device. It's not bootloader. I'm sorry. It's not so much that it's compatible with the device as it is that it's flawlessly compatible with OS X. Anything can be made to be compatible with OS X, with kernel extensions, with different plugins. But the idea of the EFiX is that you want a flawless, fully compatible operating system that you don't have to patch. And that was really my goal, was to build out a machine for my mother. This is a test again. Build out a machine for my mother that was flawless. It was totally compatible, and I didn't have to do any updates or kernel extensions in the future, or have to patch any updates to make sure that it would work. So it's important that you pick a motherboard that supports the EFI BIOS. Just isn't flashed with it, because you can't get any of those right now. But it's important to pick a motherboard that's compatible with EFI BIOS, so that this will work correctly on the motherboard. It's important that you pick a motherboard that has the correct sound chip in it. It's important that you select the right hard drives. Everything has to be eSATA, the hard drives, the CD-ROM drives, any of the extra drives have to be eSATA, SATA, sorry. And it's important to pick a graphics card that's supported by OS X. As you can see here, there is nothing currently on the hard drive, so now we will try it with the EFiX. Okay, and in here you see, this is my computer case. Down here is my USB port, and that's where I'm going to place this. It's a really simple install. You just find out which pin is blacked out, which is this bottom one here. Plugs in. And you can see here that this pin is the one that's blacked out. It's actually not blacked out on the connector, but you can see there's no connector there. So you can just line that up. Make sure it's lined up correctly. Alright, now in order for the EFiX to work, you have to select in the BIOS to boot from the USB device. Now it's all their software. There was some discussion on the forums that it wasn't quite all their software, but it is all their software, all their own original hardware in the EFiX. And when you boot to that device, it tricks the motherboard into thinking that it has an EFI BIOS. Don't know the technicalities in particular, but here we go. The OS X Leopard CD, install DVD. I just put the OS X DVD in there. When this timer was counting down at the top here, I can interrupt it by going left to right. Nothing, nothing, DVD. I select the DVD. It boots the OS X install DVD. And we're into the OS X install DVD. Note it's at full resolution. This is a 22-inch screen. Resolution passes my mind at the moment, but it's full resolution. Everything is going to be as it is in the traditional OS X world. There's not going to be any font problems. There's not going to be any aliasing problems. There's not going to be any, provided you have everything that's on the hardware compatibility list, there's not going to be any graphics driver problems, any audio driver problems. I don't have a speaker hooked up to it right now. I don't have speakers. I use a laptop, so I use headphones. I don't have them hooked up right now, but it does have the correct audio chip on the motherboard, so there will be no audio driver problems. Everything will run as is and as should be. So this is going to be a quick follow-up because I got a bunch of people who just decided to come in my room.
I live here.
It works flawlessly. As you can see, I got OS X up and running. Right now I'm doing a Time Machine backup on my Time Machine hard drive that I partitioned earlier on, which is the second hard drive here. And it's everything. The display resolution's fine, audio works, I tested audio. There were some reports that with the EFiX on some motherboards, the internet doesn't work, or that it doesn't work on a majority of motherboards. It's not the case. You can see here I have internet is fully up, wide internet as supported on the motherboard. Also, you can see here in About This Mac, it pulls up, it recognizes the speed of my processor, 2.4 gigahertz. The amount of memory I have, 4 gigabytes of 800 megahertz DDR. Going into more information, you can see here my motherboard is an EP45DS3R, that's a gigabyte motherboard. It also is here as model identifier. Number of processors 1, number of cores 4, everything is registered, the bus speed, as well as the boot ROM version, which is, according to the EFiX dongle we have here, is www.efi-x.com, and the serial number YB0000639. It all recognizes. You can see just about everything on here. Graphics and displays. My NVIDIA graphics card is recognized. The serial ATA hard disks that I have are all recognized. The modems I have, the networking, USB, it's all recognized. So it's a fully functional OS X machine on a half the price of a Mac Pro. Machine ran me about $1,100 as opposed to, for the equivalent hardware, would be about $2,500 for a Mac Pro. So I definitely say it's a win-win, and I highly suggest to anybody. Again, you want to get it from m2-services.net. That's Muller & Muller Services. It's it's the Swedish supplier. Turnaround time is about 2 weeks. So I highly suggest it. EFiX is a big win in my name. in my book. So, any of you out there looking to build a Mac for the cost of a PC, go for it.